Hey there guys, hey, to be honest with you, we really struggled with today's show. We almost didn't shoot it because, well, it's tough to hear. It's not the type of stuff we like talking about, but it is something that you guys need to hear.
You know, just say it, man. Rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Fine. So what would you guys say if I told you that what we just went through, the last 5 painful years, was just the tip of the iceberg?
You know what? I would want to punch you about the head.
I know.
No, really. I would want to punch you about the head and neck area. Seriously.
I know.
Look, I'd say you're a lunatic, and, well, look, come on. We're just about to get better, and you know what? This thing's almost over.
Okay, I'll admit, properties do seem to be flying off the shelf right now, and in general, it does have a kind of feel of getting better. But I can't help but feel that we were all on the Titanic, and the first iceberg that we hit was just a baby compared to what's coming. Now, I know that is the last thing that you guys want to hear. Trust me. I mean, I talk about robbing like somebody's joy, and I don't want to do that, and I hate to do it. But I do have a reason for feeling this way. And if you guys haven't shut us off just yet, I'd like to tell you why.
Yeah, but you know what, Hills? I'm not so sure I agree with you. I mean, let's have it. Why don't you give it to me, and we'll play a little bit of this point-counterpoint thing.
All right, that's fair enough. Step aside then. There are actually 5 reasons that I can't sleep at night. And Gary, you give us a counterpoint, okay? I actually have a top 5. So let's start with number 5, and I'll sum it up in just a few words. Bank failures. 520 to be exact, since 2007. 520 banks have failed. And the trouble with this is much, much higher.
Counterpoint. You know what, dude? We didn't need all those banks anyways. We still have the big banks.
All right. I'm not sure that that is a good thing, and actually you may think differently when I reveal number 4.
No, it won't.
Okay, well, Bank of America, the nation's biggest and most hated lender, appears to be exiting the mortgage industry.
Frick!
Now, they've shut down their correspondent and wholesale lending operations and have laid off several of their retail loan officers, and just now they're selling off their servicing rights to the loans that they currently own. It appears that they aren't walking away from the mortgage lending industry, rather they are running away. I wonder what the nation's biggest and most powerful bank sees that we don't.
Counterpoint. Well, you know what? Nobody needs Bank of America because we don't like them anyways.
Actually, you're right on that one. Very, very few people like the mega bank that is Bank of America, but having them out of the lending game doesn't seem like a good thing. On one hand, we no longer have to deal with their horrible service, but on a much bigger picture, we have fewer and fewer lenders, which means fewer and fewer options for homeowners. The goal was to get private money back in, but not drive it out.
I'll drive you out.
Great. Nice comeback. Very professional. Okay, number 3 involves Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
I'll Freddie Mac you.
Really? You done?
Yes.
Anyways, this is serious business. These guys are the mortgage giants that run the whole thing, the whole entire thing. They're like the Godfather. You take them down and the rest of the gang follows. So here's my concern. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac aren't out of the woods. Not by a long shot. They need to be privatized, as the government has proven that they can't run them, and now the government's figured out how to raise interest rates to pay for their past mistakes. More concerning is that there seems to be no end game. They talked about the Big Four taking them over, but the Big Four has problems of their own. Here's the deal. We do not have a solution for the biggest problem that we are currently facing right now. Nothing. Zilch. These mortgage giants demand a massive solution moving forward, and today we got nada. Counterpoint?
Well, there's always, but, well, such as, furthermore, besides that, they're going to be fine.
Counterpoint taken. Thanks, Hawk. Okay, number 2, and this is a big one. FHA is insolvent. They're undercapitalized and hurting for money. This is one of the best options out right now for homeowners. Having them go down would be huge. Even the White House themselves has said that FHA may run out of money this year. And to raise money, they're getting ready to raise premiums, costing new homeowners more and more money. And it's also been stated that the FHA will get $1 billion from the mortgage servicing settlement. I don't know why, but they do. Let me throw a staggering number at you. The FHA backs nearly $1 trillion in mortgages, and more than 9% of those loans are at least 3 months past due. 9%. An acceptable number? 1%. And they're at 9%. Counterpoint that, Hawk.
What?
See, that's my point. This is serious stuff. Finally, number 1, guys, foreclosures, foreclosures, foreclosures. Now, the earliest numbers for 2012 were 5.1 million new foreclosures coming. The new number right now could be double that. Now this is hard to nail down the actual number because, well, banks are notorious for cooking their books so they don't look as bad as they really are. So honestly, who knows what the real number is, but all indications are it's very, very high. Now, again, Gary, counterpoint that.
Hey, jobs or no jobs, more distressed homes equals more supply. And we all know, right, we have less supply, less demand, which equals lower prices.
Wait, I thought you were doing counterpoint.
Yeah, well, I gave up after number 3. You know, we bring you this stuff with a little bit of humor mixed in, but this is really serious. From what we can see, and I'm sad to say this, but the last 5 years may have been just the tip of the iceberg.
Now, Hawk and I aren't going to claim that we have all the answers or give you some bold prediction, but when I thought about whether or not to shoot today's show, I thought about one thing. If someone would have came back to me in 2006 and warned me that this was coming, well, I would have really appreciated it and planned much, much differently.
And that's all we're saying here. Maybe our concerns are off. Maybe we are on the brink of recovery. But when I take a step back and I think about it logically, I just don't see that being the case.
Look, guys, that being said, I just sent an email out to several of our team members, and the gist of it was, hey, this year could be a great year for all of us. And I truly believe that. Homes are selling, and more people are refining into these government programs, so it could indeed be a huge year. Just plan accordingly. That's all we're saying.
Hey, we're curious as to what you guys think.
Yeah.
Are we off, or do you guys share the same concerns? If you believe we're indeed off, well, then share your counterpoints. If you think our concerns are valid, we'd love to hear that too.
Hey, take care and don't be afraid to share this on Facebook. It's okay.
Yeah.
Your friends and family will appreciate the honesty. And you know what, guys, don't worry. We'll get back to the funny. So we'll see you next week. Viva 12/21/2012.
Frick! What? Frick! I'll Freddie Mac you. Frick! I'll drive you out. Frick! What? Frick! 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 What?